Hey everyone, I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer, and welcome back to another video. So, the coronavirus, at least in the United States, is running rampant, and lots of people are losing jobs, and unemployment is just freaking, dude, it's crazy. But today, I want to make this video for you guys and telling you how to get the most out of your video games, because maybe you're on a tight budget, not during the coronavirus, maybe you are, but you're a gamer, you love gaming, but you just can't buy another game. And this is to help you out. So the first tip that I can really give you is if a game has a randomizer element in it, use that. So I play a lot of Civilization, but I find that, at least for me, I've played enough Civ to where if I pick a Civilization, I tend to not have as much fun now as I just let the whole game randomize itself. Right? It's a new challenge. I got to figure it out. And I feel like for me, I lose more games like that because I kind of don't know what I'm doing with some of these things. But that's okay because I'm still getting value out of that game by just boom, there we go. Let's go. Let's randomize it, right? See what happens. And on that note, in other games like Civilization and I guess you could bunch Minecraft into this, is don't be afraid to explore other game modes, right? I'm just going to use Civilization as an example. Civilization has a ton of extra scenarios and game modes that I've honestly never touched before because I forget that they're there, right? If you own a multiplayer game like Call of Duty, there's probably a bunch of different game modes that you've never played before. I know there's game modes in Call of Duty and in Battlefield that I've never ever played before because I don't know, I got bored and I bought the next game. But money's tight. You got to get the most out of your game. So, you could combine it in Call of Duty, randomize your class, and you can pop into a game that you never played before. You never know what's going to happen there. So those are kind of two major tips that I think a majority of games are going to have in them. The next one is keep your eye out for community minigames inside of games. Now, you have the big giants, right? Like Minecraft, okay? Minecraft, I'm going to say this. If you don't have Minecraft and you can buy a game, I would buy Minecraft because there's so many different types of minigames, different types of worlds to explore, ways to play Minecraft. It takes this user-generated community minigame thing to, like, the max. It's in its own world. But look for community minigames like in Call of Duty, Michael Myers, Rainbow Six Siege, hide and seek. And if you have friends, get a couple of friends together and shoot for a hide and seek or Michael Myers games. Check Discord. There's probably a Discord server for a lot of these things anyways. And who knows, maybe you'll find a new game mode that you really, really like to do. And that's just that. So another thing that I would highly recommend to get out of your video games is to make YouTube videos about it. Now, I'm not just talking about generic YouTube videos, right? But I would start with tutorials. Make tutorial videos about a game. And what I would do is if you've played that game a lot, go into as much detail as possible. Don't just make a boring tutorial video. Make a tutorial video where you explain every single minute detail of something, because that's going to make you really think about the game a lot more. And that's one of the reasons why I started making YouTube videos, was I was playing video games, but I felt like I could get more out of them, and I started video editing. Now, if you don't like video editing, or writing tutorials on something like Medium or Reddit, you kind of can't solve that problem. So this tip's probably more for people with a computer, or maybe you're in a lucky circumstance where you have good recording equipment. But if you have the ability to do that, I would highly suggest giving that a shot, because one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to explain this, and a lot of people, if you get comments, a high percentage of them are not people saying you're wrong, but people also sharing their ideas about your favorite game. And all of a sudden you connect with people and talk about your favorite games with other people that maybe you don't talk to, Another one is, this requires a computer, is mod the games. Now, if you're on a console, disconnect it from the internet when you do this, because consoles tend to be iffy with mods. And I'm really guilty of this. I have this game called Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I've played it a lot, and a lot of the subscribers on my channel are here for that game. And it got really, really boring, and I could have modded it. And if I eventually ever go back to the game, I'm definitely gonna mod it a lot because I got everything out of it that I wanted to. But mods and user generated content, you know, are really stuff that's gonna help video games. You can find whole levels, man, whole stories. I know in Skyrim, people literally make islands fully voiced and like full stories that like are as long as guild quest lines. And that's another great thing is if you want a game that's not Minecraft that you can mod a lot, I would highly actually recommend Skyrim or Oblivion. Those are two great games that have a lot of mods to them that you're going to get a lot of value out of. The next one, and I think this one is not definitely for everyone, but I would look at speedrunning. This is something that I look at some games that, I love, but I don't play anymore, like Ocarina of Time. And if I ever went back to Ocarina of Time, I would try speedrunning. It's a different take on a game, especially a game where you can use glitches. That's probably the best one. But speedrunning takes a game and it gives you a bigger goal than just beating the game, right? It's a mastery of a skill, and it really takes your perspective on a video game and changes it. How fast are you going to be able to complete this game? Now, speedrunning involves doing lots and lots of things that are exactly the same over and over and over again. Sorry, my cats are fighting. And it can get frustrating for a lot of people. But if you're one of those people that really likes a challenge and really likes skill building, speedrunning, whether it's glitchless speedrunning or any percent, 100%, 100% glitchless, right? Those are kind of the four main categories of any video game. I'd highly, highly, highly recommend trying out speedrunning to get more out of the games that you already own. And if there's any way that you have of timing yourself, whether it's recording your gameplay or even using a timer on your phone or the freaking microwave, dude, it'll work. I would do it. Now, the next one, this is for people that are either modders or in a game with a very active creative community. So like The Sims is create community content. Actually, if you own The Sims, this is really good because what a lot of people do in something like The Sims is they'll either post a YouTube video or there's actually in Sims games, you can just post content and become a content creator of The Sims, and people can download things that like rooms that you put together. That's actually something that my sister does is she just builds rooms in The Sims for people to download. And that's something that you can do to get more out of a creative game, right? Minecraft. You see a lot of YouTube videos of people showing off, hey, this is my castle. This is my this. And honestly, even if you don't have recording software, taking your phone out and filming like this, there's no shame in doing that. Because honestly, look at most viral videos, most meme videos. They're not shot on a freaking 4K camera. They're shot on cameras worse than your phone. So, you can show things off like that. Like I said, Sims, post it. Minecraft, post YouTube videos of castle builds. You can combine a bunch of these and make a tutorial on how to build your castle, right? And it's just another way to really stretch creative muscles. If you're one of those people, not like speedrunners where there's kind of creativity in it, but most of it is mechanical skill. If you're really into the creative aspect of games, this is a really good way to get a lot of value out of your games. Another one is go for 100% completion challenges. This one's kind of a given. I would buckle this in along with the default of beat it on a higher difficulty. I would recommend that you do that. Just try it out, see if you like it, but I don't like 100%ing games, so I don't do that. Another tip that I would recommend is if you have a game that has esports in it, look for Discord channels and try to put together an esports team. If you're one of those people, I have an esports team. It's for Rainbow Six Siege. We're called Axis Esports, and I'm just in the phase now where I'm about to enter us into tournaments because we just need like a reliable fifth person, and it's a great way to meet people that like your game. Even if people don't want to join your team, most people are still going to be very respectful. And you're just going to talk with someone about your favorite game, and then you can create a Discord community. Whether or not the team sticks together, that's another skill that you're going to build. It's a people management skill, especially if you're the leader and you're the sole leader. But either joining a esports team, making your own esports team, and trying esports is a really great way to extend the lifespan of a game. Going back to Rainbow Six Siege, for me, Rainbow Six was getting very stagnant because I was just playing ranked. And when you play ranked, what is your goal after you get the max rank? Like what are you gonna do? And with that esports team and the esports team I'm playing with now, I don't really play for rank anymore. I play for the pursuit of knowledge and winning a tournament. And all of a sudden I'm getting more value out of Rainbow Six Siege because I'm not stopping my rank after I realize my max rank is hit. It's not boring. I'm still playing to learn. I'm still playing to improve my skills to the max level, the minor details. And it's going to get you more value out of the game, even if you don't stick with the esport, right? Maybe you just do it for a couple months, a week, you decide you don't like it. That's still extra value you're getting out of your game. Now I'm going to touch on free games very briefly because it's a very obvious one. MMOs and places like Roblox. Roblox, if you really need a gaming experience, as much as it's memed, it's actually a really good place to get some really fun gaming experiences. Like I have some fun memories on Roblox. But another one is emulation. Now do your research on how buggy and how virus-filled emulators are. But if you find a reliable emulator and reliable ROMs, you can play a lot of old classic games that also, by the way, you can speed run. I mean, I think by regulation, a lot of them, if you do it on an emulator, it's really easy to cheat. So eventually you would have to switch to original hardware. But again, it's a free way that I think a lot of people forget about is to play older games on emulators. And it can be a fun way to go back and play through the history of video games. So guys, that is all that I have for getting the most out of your video games. That's all I can really think of. That's all that's really been going through my mind, but I hope this helps one of you. If this helps one of you, my job is done. So that's it. I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer. I suck just as bad as you do at video games, and I'll see you guys in the next video.